I'm Melinda Joe, a food writer based in Tokyo for more than 15 years. Over that time, I've helped a lot of people navigate this confusing but beautiful city that we call Tokyo. Today, I'm going to curate my perfect Tokyo experience, looking at a number of recommendations from the internet, but ultimately, I would like to take you to some places off the beaten track. When you come to Tokyo, of course, you have to eat sushi. Tokyo is the birthplace of nigiri sushi, which is the kind of sushi that we all know and love. We have so many options here in Tokyo, from your cheap eats standing sushi or the kaiten sushi, which is the revolving sushi bar, to the little neighborhood-run mom-and-pop style sushi restaurants, and of course, the high-end omakase-style sushi restaurants. When you're looking for sushi in Tokyo, you're gonna see a ton of recommendations, especially concentrated around Tsukiji, where the old fish market was. So one of the main ones will be Sushi Zanmai, which is of course a very solid chain. My recommendation is Sushi Karawaki in Ginza. It's a relatively newly opened space, and the reason I love it is that it's traditional style but with innovation, and you have a very, very charming sushi chef that makes you feel very comfortable. Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。お待ちしてました。いらっしゃいませ。
Of course, this is an omakase course, so it's all chef selection, seasonal, and whatever the chef thinks is best on the day. One of the things that's really special is how he uses fish that is not actually found in a lot of other restaurants. Instead of getting the fish from the market, he has direct relationships with fishermen and with special distributors.
これ今日ちょっと珍しいですけど、カマトロっていうところを用意しました。まさにマグロの頭の後ろのヒレがあるところのお腹のところのトロなんですね。
本当にいいお肉みたいです。まあ見た目も。お味はどうかな。
味はマグロです。一番はお客さんがいい時間をここで過ごして帰っていただくことがもう優先順位の一つなので、そのために僕ら手を抜かずに最高のお寿司を届ける。これも一個で、そこにいわゆる最近のファンシーなお寿司に絶対しない、足し算になるような豪華ですけどトロ握ってウニ乗せて炙って出してとかじゃなくて、トロならトロのうまさを引き出す。もうウニならウニ、キャビアを乗せて豪華に見せるとかは僕今は多いですけど、うちはもう絶対やらなくてっていうのだけはもう守り通してます。多分今後もずっとそうです。
There's only one way to take in the staggering scale of Tokyo, and that's with a view from above. Let's take a look at what the internet says for recommended views. All right, yeah, Mori Tower in Roppongi, of course. A great choice. Oh, the Metropolitan Building in Shinjuku, that's a great idea, especially if you want to get a view without having to pay an entrance fee. So if I'm going to pick a place with a view, I feel like we should also have some time to enjoy that view with a great drink. And so my pick is the Ritz-Carlton Tokyo. For me, the bar at the Ritz-Carlton Tokyo achieves the trifecta of great location, wonderful view, and world-class cocktails. Also, it opens at 3 p.m. and I'm a big fan of day drinking, so this is my choice for where to go when you want to have an afternoon tipple and watch the sunset. I'm going to meet my friend, producer Eriko Miyagawa, and we're going to have some drinks mixed by one of my favorite bartenders in Tokyo, Wada-san. So it looks like the menu is based on the seasons.
Yes. If we say, oh, this is a beautiful season of Japan, it's easy, but that's pretty much anyone does. So why don't we go further, which is sweet wind travels around the season of Japan.
Okay, so what do you recommend for us today?
Why don't we introduce our spring cocktail, which is Usui Sakura Zensen. Oh, this is based on American rye whiskey, and honey comes from Kurume City, and lemon comes from Hiroshima, and aromatized with a little bit of matcha. Matcha comes from Kyoto Uji.
You said that this has a story.
What you see leaking is tears of geisha.
Oh, isn't that so cool? That's so cool.
Drink.
Comes in waves.
Right? Yeah. If you're coming to Tokyo for the first time, of course you want to have ramen. I was the same way when I first came to Tokyo so many years ago. I had ramen all the time. It was such an easy way to go get something that was delicious and filling and great for just one person. There are so many great places to choose from. Let's see what the internet says. We have Ramen Ichiran, the Shin Yokohama Ramen Museum, also Ramen Street in Tokyo Station. Actually, these are all great choices. Shin Yokohama Ramen Museum is so much fun, actually. It's like going to the Disneyland of ramen. The Ramen Street in Tokyo Station is also a really good way to see what's going on in the ramen scene today, all in one place. What I really recommend is an experience that you can have only in Tokyo, and that's why I want to take you to Ginza Hachigo. こんばんは。
いらっしゃいませ。
よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。
おすすめの中華そばをお願いいたします。
はい、ラディオリグルマンデイズという
そうなんですか。
中華そば。
フォアグラが入ってるやつです。
はい。
わかりました。
ホテルでフランス料理でブランシェフまでやらさせていただいていたので、まあ一応区切りみたいな形で違う料理をチャレンジしたかったというところで、こういうラーメンみたいなカジュアルというか普通の日常の本当に日本人の子供の時から食べてた一つの料理でありまして、でそれをフレンチの方から違う方向で見てみて、そういう新しいラーメンを作ることができないかなと思いまして、この銀座の8号でそういう思いで再現いうかやってみました。お待たせいたしました。ラビオリグルマンデイズ中華そばです。
美味しそうですね。ありがとうございます。ちょっとコンソメに近いな、味の深さ感じます。
はい。コンソメをイメージして作りました。
ああ、そうですね。The balance is really important, and that's what I'm finding in this bowl of ramen. You have the texture of the noodles, which is both delicate and pliant and with enough chew to make you feel like you're really eating noodles, but you see that they are thin so that they don't feel too overpowering. There's not a trace of heaviness in this for me at all. It's really the natural flavor of the ingredients coming through. Well, of course, Kyoto is the capital of temples in Japan, but in Tokyo, we also have a lot of cool temples to visit. So let's take a look at what the recommended ones are. The very first one that comes up is, of course, Sensoji in Asakusa. And it is a beautiful temple. It is iconic. It is huge. And if you need to get your Instagram moment, then of course, I think you should go there. But I recommend for a really unique experience right here in the middle of Tokyo, Fukugawa Fudo-do. One of the things that makes this temple so unique is that every day, 5 times a day, they perform a goma ritual, which is a fire ritual. That is a time that people can pray for different wishes and come for spiritual purification. It doesn't really matter if you are yourself religious. It's just more you get a sense of how these institutions are still very much a part of people's lives here. When people come to Tokyo, they always ask me about Kobe beef. But I think there's a little misunderstanding about what exactly Kobe beef is. Kobe beef refers specifically to a brand of beef made from cattle grown in a certain prefecture in Japan, Hyogo Prefecture. It is one kind of beef in the category of Wagyu. Kobe beef is of course delicious, it's strictly regulated, but there are many other brands of Japanese beef or Wagyu that are also wonderful. So where can you taste this succulent beef? Let's see what the internet says. Okay, so it's so popular that tons of things come up. and I'm sure that a lot of them are great. But I would like to take you to what I think is maybe the best Wagyu experience, Wagyu Mafia. There's no way to put into words the intensity of the energy and the pure flavor that they deliver here at Wagyu Mafia. I mean, it's really spectacular. It's not like at a restaurant at all, and it's not like at a house. It really feels like a performance. You're such a big personality. When people think about Wagyu Mafia, they think about the performance and they think about indulgence.
Food has to be fun. Food has to be enjoyable. Before Wagyu Mafia, you sit down quiet for 2 hours. Very end of the meal, you get a tiny bit of Kobe beef. But you're not allowed to talk big, With Wagyu Mafia, I wanted to create excitement. Because I think the happiness is new part of umami. People shout, and I have a 93-year-old lady as one of my regular customers. She can understand that. She said, "Oh, I feel young now. This is a food I want to serve to my family, my friends, and I want to eat."
Yes.
Yeah. Day off, I come back to Wagyu Mafia to eat it.
Tokyo's drinking culture and its bar scene is legendary, not only for the precision and craft of bartenders at high-end cocktail bars, but also for the sheer breadth and variety of the drinking establishments that we have here. We have lively izakayas where you can get a cheap and easy drink. We have bars that are standing room only where you can drop in to say hi and have a beer. And then we have experiences that you can only find here in Tokyo. I'm gonna take you to a one-of-a-kind place called Twilo. The best way to describe it is that it's a kind of food truck meets high-end cocktail bar that moves around the city in a different place every night. こんばんは。
こんばんは。
とても素敵ですね。
ありがとうございます。今日あるのはカルバドス、あとはラムと毒薬の3つ。毒薬
I'm gonna drink poison. ちょっとアブセントみたいですね。
毒薬です。
ありがとうございます。はい、いただきます。美味しいです。はい。
よかったです。はい。はじめまして。
乾杯。
今回は都内のごくごく限られた部分を行ったり来たりしてるだけなんですけど、でも私にとっては大冒険なんです。
大冒険ですね。はい。One of the things that makes this city so dynamic is the way that you have old and new right next to each other. You might have a restaurant that is 100 years old next to a really tiny contemporary restaurant with only 8 seats. Or you might find the most unusual shop stuck in a high-rise building with no real sign. When you walk around Tokyo, you will always find something new. There's so much to see in this city. You have to just be open with all of your senses and start taking a look.